6:20 now, and Kaylin, Corey, Stephanie continue their tour downstate. Today they're quenching their need for speed.
Yeah, you know, we live in a world with speed limits,
Yeah.
which can be, although very safe, a drag sometimes. But Kaylin, you guys are finding out about life without speed limits live at 6th Gear in Grosse-Ile. Good morning.
Good morning, you guys, and hello. Miss you guys. And you know what? Life without speed limits is a fun life, as we learned this weekend. We're with Kurt Kearney. Kurt is the man behind this beautiful car and this unique experience you can have with 6th Gear. Kurt, tell people what 6th Gear does.
6th Gear does, what we do is we allow people the opportunity to drive a car of their dreams. One of the supercars sitting in front of you, a Lamborghini. You can come out and drive that. You get 4 laps, just over 6 miles.
And they go very fast. That's the thing, it just whizzes by.
Yes, it does, yeah. Yes, it does.
Let's talk a little bit about the car, which obviously everyone at home is taking a look at. This is a green Lamborghini, and that's basically all I know about it. So you're going to need to fill us in on a little bit more information.
This is a 2004 Lamborghini Gallardo, and it's a 500 horsepower all-wheel drive V10 that'll do top speeds of about 190 miles an hour.
And Kurt, how fast have you gone in the Lamborghini? Hate to put you on the spot, but have you topped it out?
On a closed track with my professional instructor with me, coaching me through about 150.
Whoa! Kurt was flying. Stephanie and I were fortunate enough to get to try driving the Lamborghini this past weekend. We didn't get going that fast, you guys, because we were a little hesitant. But Kurt, I think the unique thing about 6th Gear is that anyone, literally anyone, can come and drive this car. I mean, not a 2-year-old, not a toddler, but most people can come and get a chance to drive a car that very few of us ever see on the road.
That's the premise behind the business, was that, you know, to give you an opportunity to give the average person, and we go by height, we don't go by age, because we are on a closed track. So we've had 12-year-olds come out, and as long as you can see over the dash, you're 5 feet taller, you can ride this ride.
So Jessica Dupnack could drive. She would make the height requirement. You guys, we have video to show you this morning of when we got to go inside. Everyone who we met this weekend getting to drive this one. And there's another special car waiting over there to find out as well. So stick with us all morning long here at 6th Gear.
Oh, looking forward to it. I can't believe they let Kaylin drive that car.
Must be this tall to ride. That's
not bad.
Who needs a
12-year-old?
roller coaster? I want to drive a Lamborghini.
Who doesn't?
Very cool.
All right, 6:22 now. Time.
6th Gear America aims to give the everyday driver a chance to get behind the wheel of a supercar.
On an enclosed track, you can test the bank and weave through cones as you test your supercar to the limits. This morning, Kaylin, Stephanie, and Corey are live in Grosse-Ile with the 6th Gear team. Good morning, Kaylin.
Good morning, Michelle and Michael. You know, earlier we showed you the Lamborghini, and now we're in the Duranda, which is another car you can try out when you try your 6th Gear experience. And this is a car that many people have probably never seen before, and we're with Dane. Dane is the professional driver who was kind enough to make sure we stay safe when we were going 125 miles an hour in this thing this weekend. Dane, tell us about the Duranda.
The Duranda is actually manufactured just across the bridge here in Trenton, Michigan. It's a small company. This is actually a car that's manufactured. It's not a kit car, contrary to popular belief. It's about 1,900 pounds, 400 horsepower. There's an optional 505 horsepower version. 0 to 60 in just over 3 seconds. It's a pretty formidable car.
It goes very fast. And I think the most interesting thing about it is these are street legal. I mean, you can go and purchase this car, and this could be your commuter car. You can drive to work in this every day.
Wouldn't be very comfortable to commute in, but yeah, you can drive it in all 50 states. Yeah.
And what people are taking a look at right now is when Stephanie went for her Duranda ride, we put a camera on her helmet. Tell us about what it's like when you're driving this thing that fast.
Well, this is a street legal race car essentially, so it's based on the safety features and suspension of a race car. It's very stiff, bumpy. You know, it's not for the faint of heart, but it is sure a lot of fun.
And when you're flying around those turns, weaving in and out of the cones, how do you keep it in control? I mean, you're a professional driver. People, when you come to 6th Gear, are not allowed to drive the Duranda. Why is that?
It's very hard to drive, especially for somebody that's not used to it. It's cable shift, so there's not a lot of feel in the shifter. Clutch is very heavy, and it's not a very forgiving car when it comes to making mistakes, so we don't let people drive it.
You don't want to make a mistake. That's why we wore helmets as well. And another thing about the track we were on, let's talk about that. It was an enclosed track. We were at the Bosch Proving Grounds here in Flat Rock, Michigan. And when you go around the embankment, I really felt like I was in a race car.
Yeah, that bank turn is actually quite like you'd see at Daytona or some other NASCAR track. And then the rest of the track we lay out and can change from time to time, so it's always interesting.
What's the reaction you get from people when they're in this car with you?
Some people are, they clam up, they're very quiet, other people scream. I've had people grab things and switch buttons off that aren't supposed to, so it's always interesting.
A very interesting experience, but Stephanie was a little frightened. I was a little frightened, but the thing I think is the most exhilarating part is that the wind really isn't in your hair because you have to wear a helmet for safety, but the top is open, which is different. It's not I wouldn't call it a convertible because we have these big things, but this is an open air vehicle.
Right, it's a roadster. It's actually warmer than you think in the winter. You can drive it for quite a few more months than you'd think, but it's always fun.
Always fun. The 6-gear experience, you can hop in the Duranda. That's the song I wrote for the Duranda. It's like a nice lady. She's just so vroom.
Well, see, I've been singing, help me, Dronda, help me, Dronda, help me, Dronda.
We were singing that on Sunday. That's the one we sang on Sunday. So we've switched up our song today.
I'm behind the times. You've gone 120 miles an hour into the future.
Yeah.
I'd be the one switching buttons. No, Dane, go slower.
Come on now.
But I have the helmet.
Right. And you can drive it in all weather. I'm sure it's a great day to take that one out for a spin. No, thank you. $6.50 now. Well, if you feel the need for speed, look no further than the supercar experience with the 6th Gear team in Metro Detroit.
You're allowed to hop in a $200,000 car and call it your own. Kaylin, Stephanie, Corey, they're live this morning at 6th Gear America. Hello again, Kaylin.
Hello, Michael and Michelle, and we're live. It looks like a James Bond movie. I feel like I'm in one with all these nice cars. We're also in the hangar here. Millennium Aviation is hosting us this morning, and we've parked these cars. They need to stay out of the elements. And Kurt, you're the man behind this whole America side of things. But when we call it, 6th Gear America, it started in England.
Yes, it did. A friend of mine, Andy Cummings, started 6th Gear Experience in the UK.
And they get to do a similar thing over there with more cars, and that's what you guys are working to get to. But we're going to check out this engine, which is in the back of the Lamborghini. Tell us about it.
Well, it's put in the back because of balance. So the car is 50-50 balance. So if you picked it up in the center, it's perfectly balanced. It would hang perfectly level.
Perfectly level.
Yep.
And why is it the balance? Is the weight displacement important in a supercar?
Well, that in cornering and things like that, it'll hug a corner, faster than anything production made in the States here. So it helps keep everything balanced and doesn't throw the back end out or let the front end drift.
And another thing we have to talk about is in the front is where you find the trunk, which is funny. You can't fit a lot in there.
No, if you go on vacation with this car, you'd have to maybe take a credit card.
Cool. And Corey is going to help us show some video of when I got to take a drive in the Lamborghini. And let's talk about the reaction you get from people when you get to see a lot of these videos. You're the guy who came up with this whole thing. What is people's reaction when they get in the Lamborghini?
That's the best. Okay, so you do a lot of work setting everything up. It's a full day to get everything going. We've worked at this for a long time, but the payoff is the customers when they get out and they're just the grins. They're just ear to ear, and they just thank you, up and down. It's just.
What is it about these cars? I mean, we were talking earlier. This really is a dream for some people to be able to get behind the wheel of one of these. I mean, what makes them so special?
It's something that you don't see every day. So, and you see them in James Bond movies, and people go, "Oh my gosh, they're just beautiful, sexy cars," and you don't see them even on the road. So to be able to come out and to actually drive one, it's a really special experience for them.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Kurt. We're moving over here to the Duranda. And we have the engine, and this looks extremely different from the Lamborghini, Dane. Tell us a little bit about what we have here.
This is actually pure American muscle. This one is based on the Corvette motor. So this is the LS2, Chevy Corvette motor. There's an optional LS7, which is about 100 more horsepower. It's mated with a Porsche G50 transaxle, so it's the same transmission as you'd find in a Porsche 911. This car is actually equipped with quite a bit of technology as well. It's a full traction control and launch control system, full fire suppression system integrated into the car. We got a spa dash from overseas as well. It's a pretty hot car.
It is a pretty hot car. It's very small in there, and we have the 5-point safety belts, which we wear when we're in there, because this one is a little bit, like we talked about earlier, a little bit more of an intense ride. But as you guys can see, 6th gear, the experience, it's an international experience, and the only location in the States is right here down in Southeast Michigan. So we're going to make sure everyone has the information in case you're interested.
The only place in the U.S.
Yeah.
that you can do this. Yeah, pretty impressive.
One piece of information. Can we? Oh, we lost Kaylin. I'm going to ask her.
Oh, wait, there.
We want to know how fast you're going in a Lamborghini, Kaylin.
Oh, in the Lamborghini, okay, I was a little nervous because if you're watching that video, I look like a grandma when I drive. I'm like looking for cars on the track, checking my blind
We just
spots.
want a number. Just give us a number.
Okay, I got going 90.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
That's good. Michael Stevens guessed 35. So you tripled that up. Nice job, Kaylin.
The video didn't do it justice.
Yeah,
All right.
that's cool. We'll talk to them again soon.
Yeah, 7:18 now.
Imagine this, going 130 miles per hour in a street-legal car built by your driver.
The hum of the engine will entice you to ask for another lap around the track. It is all part of the 6th Gear America experience. Kaylin, Stephanie, Corey live this morning in Grosse Ile learning more. Good morning, Kaylin.
Good morning, everybody. And as Corey said, nothing good can come of this. I'm sitting in the driver's seat of a Lamborghini. I would be a little nervous as well. But we're going to talk about the inside of this car because it is stunning. And Kurt, when you get in here, it's small in here. We're squeezed in here.
Yeah, the Italians, you have to wear really narrow shoes. You can't wear the hikers. You know, the Italians build the box. There's not a lot of leg room, so.
And this is the most different thing for people probably when they get in is this is not a, you need to shift the gears in this car, but there's not a clutch and things to work with. Explain what is happening with these 2 bars right here.
Well, there's no clutch, so your left foot stays planted. That helps keep you planted in the seat. And then you've got your upshift and your downshift. So basically, as quick as you can pull this, the car will shift.
And it is smooth, and it downshifts on its own, correct? Did I learn that when I was driving? Is that a correct thing to say?
Yes, it will. When you're normally driving, you can let it downshift, but that's part of the excitement and to hear the car, you know, so you downshift yourself and you can hear the engine rev.
And hearing this car is something that we're gonna do right now because when you fire this puppy up, it is no joke. Are you ready, Kurt?
I'm ready.
Okay. I always get a little nervous doing this. I'm scared. This is the real deal. It sounds like it really wants to go right now. I should kill it. Rev it? Okay, here we go. Can I kill it now? Okay. Obviously, not a toy you want to play delicately with, but we're going to take a look right now on the left side of your screen, everybody. Watch this kid's reaction, and that's the thing you love the most, Kurt. This kid was a 13-year-old kid. He got to drive the Lamborghini first, and then he got to go for his blast lap with the professional driver. But you say that your favorite part is they come in a little tough guy, but what happens?
Well, what happens is, yeah, they try to get in and look all professional, you know, with the instructors. And, yeah, within, you know, the second they start the engine, they just grin ear to ear and, you know, get ready for their experience.
And we were having a good laugh watching his video because he is trying to be, you know, a tough guy. I'm a teenager driving a Lamborghini. I'm pretty sweet. But you can't help but just laugh when you're in here and you're just like grinning ear to ear. And this is your car. You own this car. You're fortunate enough to own it. And you love sharing it with people. When you take it out in the street, what's the reaction you get?
Well, you get people pulling over. You get the video cameras, the cell phone cameras all the time. You get when I pull into a gas station, you get the kids that you know feel like there's a barrier around the car. You know they can't get any closer than 10 feet. And I always open the door and let them come in and sit down. And I get the parents over there taking pictures of them in a Lamborghini.
And most people would never let people touch this kind of investment, especially someone like Stephanie and I. But Kurt trusts people. He wants to share it with everybody. It's part of the 6th Gear experience. I think maybe if Kurt's in a really good mood, we may open up the hangar and go for a cruise around Grosse Ile. You guys may see us at 8:20. You may not.
Well, I was going to start calling her Fast and Furious Franks, but then she got afraid to just turn the car on.
Right, she's already driven the car, but now she's afraid to turn it on.
She knows the power. Maybe that's it.
Perhaps. I know.
Once bitten,
Good
twice
stuff.
shy. That looks like fun. Well, it seems like no matter where you move.
Well, if you're caught going 100 on the road today, chances are you're going to walk away with a ticket.
When you team up with 6 Gear America, it's not fines that lie ahead of you, but the open road and the ability to go faster and faster. This morning, Kaylin and the on-the-road crew, Stephanie and Corey, get an inside look at the world of supercars. Good morning, Kaylin.
Good morning, you guys. Supercars are unlike anything most of us have ever driven before, that is for sure. We're out on the runway area of the Grosse Ile Airport, and we're about to see what this thing can do, Kurt. And
Get a little glimpse of it, yeah.
A little glimpse, a glimpse. Tell us a little bit about your experiences when you've been driving this thing. Have you ever just opened her up all the way on the road? I mean, I don't want to get you in trouble, but no. You need to drive a supercar pretty safely on the road.
Yeah.
But when you're on the track.
When you're on the track, it's a different story. Yeah. Oh yeah, totally different story.
A different story, and we're gonna send Dane away. Go, Dane. So while we're watching this, tell us a little bit about what is this car doing right now? I mean, it is a feat of engineering.
Right. So he's in first gear. First gear will get him to 50, and then second gear will get you up to 80. So he's into second gear now. So he's already reaching speeds of 70 to 80 miles an hour.
70, 80 miles an hour, and it can go 0 to 60. And do you know how long?
3.8 seconds.
Here we go again. Let's listen. Let's take a listen.
Second. So, yeah.
And I get nervous when they turn, but you say that the weight this car is designed to handle in these tight turning radiuses.
Yep, it is, and you're planted in hand tooled Italian leather and wrapped in nice and tight. So
He's like a little Christmas gifted wrapped up in the Lamborghini. $200,000 of engineering, no joke. They are made in Italy. But the Durando, which we're going to see at 845 driving, is an American-made car that he says is very comparable. These cars give people an experience unlike anything they ever get to drive. Do you think that it's something everyone will enjoy? Any person, even if you're not a car fan?
Any person, and we get people. Most of the people we get out, it's a gift, Father's Day, birthday, things like that. So they'll come out, and while usually it's the guy. The boyfriend, the husband that's out driving, then the wives and the girlfriends look over and they see the Duranda and they go, wow, can I do that? And we've got a pay and drive, so they can just sign up and go for a drive.
Sign up and go for a drive. That certainly is what we were fortunate enough to do. And the thing I want to let everybody know is you have your 6 Gear logo on there. That's the website everyone can check out at 6gearamerica.com. They can learn all the information about your company.
Yep.
And you guys are hoping, fingers crossed, we're trying to get you to Northern Michigan this summer so people can come out and see.
I think Traverse City would be the perfect place to be.
We agree. So hopefully this summer, Michelle, Michael, maybe you guys can zoom around Front Street in the Lambo.
Since you have the experience, you can show them how to do it.
I could be your professional driver because I have the experience, Kurt says.
Dane or Kurt coming up north, though?
What?
I
Yeah.
trust-
Yes, they
no,
will.
he's just gonna
Don't
let
worry,
his
they'll
car
come.
go.
Yeah, I trust you, Kaylin.
They will
but
come.
I'll take Dane and Kurt, too.
Yeah.
Maybe the first time.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. A pretty good idea. I would trust them.
Looking good.
Thanks, Kaylin. All right, time for our Missing Link music trivia game right now.
Supercars are built for just one thing: speed.
Yeah. And you have a chance to get behind the wheel and satisfy your adrenaline craving with the 6 Gear America team. All morning, Kaylin, Stephanie, Corey have been meeting with the team, learning about their cars. And Kaylin's going to take us for a ride again this morning. Good morning, Kaylin.
Good morning, you guys. All morning long, the 6 Gear team has been showing us exactly what these cars can do. And Dane is going to take his Duranda out. Dane, how fast do you think you're going to get going here?
Probably just over 100. We don't want to push it too hard on the airport property.
Oh, just over 100. We don't want to push it too hard. Well, Tuesday morning, 100 miles an hour, not a bad way to start things off. So I'm going to let you show us what she can do. And in the meantime, Kurt, when people come out for these experiences, your main goal is that the riders are safe.
Safety.
It's hard hard to talk about safety when we hear that in the background, but really, even when you do have people who aren't licensed driving the Lamborghini, tell us what you guys do to make sure they're as safe as they possibly can be.
Well, the instructors have total control of the car. We've got kill switches in the cars. But yeah, you don't have to drive that fast. You can drive at whatever speed you'd like.
Whoa, dang! So you can, and they have a kill switch.
They have a kill switch in the car. There's the instructor has a brake on his side. So yes, it's safety first. It's an experience. It's not a race.
So you say that sometimes you have guys come who say, "Oh, I can't tell my wife I'm here because they know I'm gonna go a little fast." But you say it's a family thing. Bring everybody out to enjoy this experience.
Yep. The kids come out. My 75-year-old father loves it. Can't get enough of it. But yeah, safety first.
Safety is the most important. Dane, shout out for the awesome driving. And one of the coolest parts about this experience, Kurt, is that, you know, like we were mentioning, you don't need a license and you can have an experience, but also you have older people. And this weekend we got to see a kid, and you guys do a lot of great work with a kid who's, you know, been suffering with some illnesses. And tell us about his story.
So his story, it's Flat Parker, and they made up a thing for the kid to kind of cause a diversion for him as he's going through his chemo treatments and that. So that was part of the diversion, bring him out and let him get a ride in a Lamborghini and forget about life for a little while.
Forget about life for a little while. Definitely something someone can do when they're in these vehicles. And you guys are available for people to shoot ideas off of you. If we have some guys who are into cars out there who want to know more information, they can send you an email, they can send you anything, and you're willing to talk.
Yeah, always willing to talk. Yep.
Always willing to talk cars. Definitely something not many people get to experience it, but if you have some time, check out the 6-Gear experience and just know what it's like to get behind the wheel of a supercar. You guys, it's been a fun morning.
Oh, it looks like it. We're a little jealous.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, we looked it up and we all had these kind of ridiculous numbers in our head, but it is very reasonable.
Yeah, for a nice gift.
Yeah.
You know, send someone to do that.
Send them down south and have them drive around track.
Yeah, it's
real
very
fast.
cool.
I want to do that.
Hey everybody, thank you for checking out 9and10news.com. We're here in Flat Rock, Michigan, downstate a little ways from northern Michigan, and we're checking out 6-Gear driving experience. Everyday people get to come out here and drive incredible cars. Anthony, first off, start off by telling us, how old are you?
I'm 13.
13 years old, so this means you do not have a driver's license, but what did you just get to drive?
I just got to drive a Lamborghini. So.
And what was the experience like for you?
It was great because we got to go real fast. So.
Very fast. How fast do you think you were going?
Like 110.
110 miles an hour, faster than many people will ever go on the road. Anthony, there's an instructor in there with you when you're behind the wheel who's a professional driver. What kinds of things were they telling you?
Just to like slow down and brake whenever.
Brake. A good reminder is to brake. 6-Gear allows anyone to come out and check it out. We've provided the link here attached to this story. Thank you for checking out 9and10news.com. I'm Kaylin Franks.